Hi guys, welcome to Life with Alex. My name is Isaiah, interior designer as usual, and I'm here with my co-host.
So hey guys, welcome back to yet another episode of Life with Alex. I am Alex, as my co-host has said. Yes.
Now today we have an interesting topic. This one hurts to the core. To most people, from the way I've heard the story,
Inabamba.
Life waga ni funny. Na kuna vitu watu pitia that when they tell you, when you sit down, you picture that in your mind. I don't know. I even lack the words. Now today's topic is about this.
Yeah, give us like the backstory.
Backstory.
Yes.
I think with the backstory, because it happened that I had so many stories of the same at the same time in a sitting. I was at an event on Saturday. It was my friend's farewell party. He was going to the US. So this is where the stories came. I was like, hey, what a coincidence. But we told him, there's due diligence. So now let me just jump into the topic.
Yes.
The topic is like this. Like, guys go abroad. Anywhere abroad, and most of these stories come from most of people who've gone to Middle East.
Oh yeah,
they'll say they've gone
the Gulf,
the Gulf, and I mean some from the United States. Did I say nice? Or UK anyway. So you go work your way out to success.
Yeah,
because back here things were not making sense. So you decide, let me seek for greener pastures, and you work there. You work so hard to make ends meet, and you're sending dollars back home.
Yes.
And the whole point of sending dollars is one, you want to accomplish some of the dreams you had.
Yeah,
I wanted to build a house, I wanted to buy land,
maybe to settle your
family. I wanted
family.
to invest this money somewhere. I want to settle my family better than they were.
Yeah.
Then after years of sending money back home, lo and behold, you come back to look at what you're sending the money to invest. Be it land, be it house, or set up your family, and you realize, my friend, I had this word for the first time during the election petition: hot air. Like what you sent, you've invested thousands of dollars, but there's nothing to show this thousands of dollars. And my friend was really scared when he's going away, so he told him, I think it's different when you know that this happens and you go there and you have the due diligence. And unfortunately, when it comes to this story, it's even family. Like people say, I was sending my mom,
close to you.
Yeah, I was sending my sister, I was sending my brother, I was sending my brother-in-law, things like that. And it really caught me. I really felt sorry. And for my friend, I encouraged him. I think there's due diligence. I think with lawyers and but let's get to the story.
Yeah, as queen of questions and everything. So like I will ask you, if you were to travel today, you personally, who would be the first person you would trust? Like you left back at home, when I send them this money, you know for sure they are going to invest your money to the places you ask them to invest. Whom would you trust?
Oh, that's a nice question.
Do you have
I have so many people I would trust, but again, you don't know how that trust is when you are away. Maybe the trust feels good because maybe we're close. I'm just using maybe hypothetically because you never know. I've not gotten to a point where I would doubt or not have trust with the people around me. But I'm just trying to imagine being in those situations where these people are talking about their stories. I would probably want to work with a trustee.
A trustee.
I would want to work, a trustee.
So is it somebody from your family, or would you go for an agent?
I think would you go for a lawyer?
Like a professional person.
Yeah, I'd want to make it professional so that I don't get into these situations. And I believe the people around me would know I'm only going through this for due diligence, and it's at the end of the day, it's for their benefit, also for my benefit.
For your benefit.
But at the end of the day, I think I would want to go around it professionally, and maybe anybody else, because I would feel so bad having sent so much money at home, and when I come back, there's nothing to see in what I invested. Like land, maybe I thought I was buying prime land. What I'm coming to see is not anything close to what I would call prime. Of course, based on the nature of what I've known, it will be different. I don't know whether these people, when they are sending this money, they in a position, in like my position. Yeah.
So another thing, like when you go out of the country, I don't know, I know you didn't want like me to sleep in this, but would you also term it as, for example, the people you have left behind, for example, if it's your family, that is maybe sisters, and of course your wife and like your kids, there's a certain amount of money maybe may agree, like I would be sending this home, that's okay. But also when it comes to like maybe your sisters and brothers, for example, do you take up responsibilities because you're away, maybe there's one of your brothers who's not able to do things for themselves, so like do you take up the responsibility of maybe taking them back to school, or maybe you're supposed to maybe cater about their day-to-day kind of living, or something, maybe like paying their rent and stuff like that. Do you think you take up the role after maybe you're out of the country, maybe when umeomoka kwenye wewe, like maybe your family did so much for you to go out of the country, they contributed so much, do you feel like entitled like to helping them back here?
Okay.
I know you didn't want us to call it like black tax. You like, I can't say quote in quote like black tax.
It really comes in for me. I'll tell you. I think we've discussed this before.
Yeah.
And I would probably give a different situation and also try and fit into that.
Okay.
My dad passed on when I was just finishing campus.
Yes.
I hadn't gotten a job and I had a sickly mom.
Yeah.
Number one, there was no way I would see my mom suffer. So whatever hustle I was doing, it was definitely to make my mom get better and recuperate from her sickness.
Yes.
Number one. Number two, my siblings were younger than me. They were still in school.
In school, yeah.
I mean, for me, I know and what I've grown up believing, if they're not doing well, it's a burden for me. So there was no way I was going to say, mi nimemaliza au hujamaliza, dada alienda kama because my father was a sole breadwinner. No, my mom was a breadwinner, but she was sick. So much she couldn't do for us. So my dad did the better part. But at the end of the day, I don't think I would give that responsibility to anybody else or just tell them to sort themselves.
So you assume the responsibility automatically.
Yes, like for me, how I was brought up, it was automatic. I didn't need to be told that. Though I know before my dad passed on, he mentioned this. I remember in his hospital bed, like, make sure you take care of my family. He did not specify who specifically should take whether care. Mother, whether my siblings, and I honored that.
You're the firstborn.
The firstborn, and I honored that. And now, given a situation, even right now, let's say my siblings already. They're
doing well.
Yeah, my sister is married. My brother has a wife. You know, my other sister as well. So I'm thinking, if I was to go abroad, and wherever I'll be, I know in my heart I'm doing better than they're doing. I'll not be sending them let me not even call it help or aid. If I know I'm doing well there, and back, let's say I didn't go with my wife and kids, if I left them in Kenya. The same life that I would want. In fact, this is a joke, and I think my sister, wherever she is, she would probably do a comment.
Hey sister, I hope she's
watching.
I
said the moment I get, like, there's a certain amount when I clock. If I'll be buying a house, I would want to buy houses of my close people in the same gated community. Like, I would want a gated community that, let's say, like, I don't want to count, but my siblings. And and their families would live in the same compound. Regardless of how people say, privacy and all that, that is my end goal. Whether my brother, if I bought him that house, he decides not to sell, to rent it out to somebody else, that's okay. But the house will still remain as property, our property. It will not be mine, it will not be theirs, but they would not be able to do anything with the house as long as I'm not there. So I would, if I'm in a better position, having flown out, I would definitely want them to be where if not where I am, close to where I am.
Yeah. And I want to put out a third person who's at the back end. Hey, Jacqueline, on the back end. Anything you have to say about black tax, or what are your views? We would like, she's part of our technical team, but we want her views when it comes to black tax.
This one, it really
we just got her off card.
Let her say.
What do you think of black tax?
What do I think of black tax?
Yes.
Oh my God. Let me.
You had something you mentioned.
Whatever I had in my mind was a conversation around when people go to abroad and whatever money it is that they send back home in expectance that, you know, something will be done, something meaningful, you know, just as a symbol of what it is they're doing abroad. Yeah, I've spoken to a couple of friends in abroad, and it really takes, they have to go through a lot to make sure they can get whatever it is that they can get. So I feel like it's only right. And Unfortunately, I've not interacted with anyone who's been done dirty. Most of the people who I've interacted with are people who've had the blessing and privilege of sending whatever it is they're sending back home and getting back to something meaningful when they come back. So, yeah, it's not always bad. Of course, there are so many stories online of how people have been sending money and they've been done dirty. But again, most of the good stories are the ones that we don't hear.
Yeah, true.
Families. But again, also I spoke recently to a friend of mine who's in the land, and he told me like the one thing he's getting good money. He's in tech. He's getting really good money there. But the rest is the chunk of everything that he goes through back there. He's really working so hard than usual to just come back home. Embrace what we have. Whatever we have back at home is also really good. So we should also be able to appreciate the fact that we have things we are doing back home and we are able to survive the way we are.
Yeah, I like to pick
that
up.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
so it really means most people who are also working abroad.
Yeah.
They still have love for their country. They have love for their country. Yeah. And I think you only get to that point when you see what you are going through to make ends meet on the other side.
Yes.
Whereas as much as people are complaining about the economy, I tell you, the people outside there are probably working so hard.
Twice hard as
they want
working
to come
in
back
Kenya.
home and just relax.
Yeah, very true. I picked up from Jackie when she said like the people who are out of the country, like they have to commit so many hours. Others have to do like maybe like 3 jobs for you to maybe to be able to get like your dream home, for you to like maybe to send something back home. But I tend to think also people in Kenya tend to take advantage, because I have had both my friends tell me some of my friends are in the UK, some are like maybe in Dubai, and they keep on telling me people in Kenya assume that we are here and like ni kama tunaokota pesa tu, you know. Somebody randomly atakwambia like on a Friday afternoon, seta untumie pesa ya cocktails or something, and it becomes
I know some friends.
it becomes sort of
I can relate.
yes, it becomes sort of, it's like a norm, you know, like they're like wewe una expect like your friends each and every time like you ask them for help wanafaa to come through for you.
No, but it's a
perception.
We just spoke about it again in one of the episodes. Remember, there's somebody who thinks I'm better off than them.
Yes.
And like we said, there are probably things that I don't have that they have. They do not know that I would want in them, and that's why I put them close to me.
Yes.
So I think anyway.
Yes. So for the people who are out of Kenya, I know they work really, really hard.
But I tend to differ about that.
Really?
Let me just give you a scenario. You're born and bred in Nairobi. And let's say you go to work in Eldoret.
Yes.
You know, before you familiarize with people in Eldoret, you probably focus more on what took you to Eldoret. You would not make friends as fast.
Yes.
And you see, our country is small. When I hear states in the United States are as big as Kenya, so I'm trying to imagine you've left your country, you've gone to a country as big as Kenya. Remember, Kenya is small. Just from Nairobi, we've gone to Eldoret.
Nairobi is so small.
Trying to fit in Eldoret. Let's say you are in the tech industry. You'd probably work more hours because you have nothing to do when you go back to the house. So as much as, let me not speak in a way to make that they feel they don't work hard. They might be working hard in their own way, but it's also because when you hear their stories and what they tell you, when you're not working, there's nothing you cannot go visit people because everybody has something they're doing.
Everybody is busy.
But back and home, you know, when you're in Nairobi, born and bred in Nairobi, let's give it, not necessarily Nairobi, you're born and bred in Mombasa, and you have work in Mombasa. When you're not working, when you're free, there are people you can see, you can relate with. And I think they work extra hours or extra hard because if they don't work, what do they do?
They don't have, most of them, they don't have like a social life. But some try to also build a community whereby maybe with church or something. So, and what I see most of them do, like they don't want to spend all their lives like in the States. They want to work for some years, then they come back, invest. They come back and invest whatever they have. So each and every time, like you have friends abroad na wanakwambia unajua Kenya watu wanaonanga ni kama, I think we sort of think in our heads it's a walk in the park, but also they put in the work. You know, they have sacrificed.
They put in the work because I have a friend, I think you know that common friend.
The one is called with
the family now this is opposites. The gentleman is in Kenya, the wife
is
is abroad with the kids.
Yes, I know him.
So this guy, he lives here kidogo,
and then he
goes there kidogo.
Yeah, true.
So he would go there, in a short time he'll make so much money, but he tells me the money he makes is because once the kids go to school, when he's going to visit, there's nothing he's doing. So he'll do some odd jobs here and there, and you see the money comes in very fast. And I think the drive for him, now that he's not living there and he knows he'll come back, he knows if I have a project next week, I want to. He's also he's into cars.
Yes.
So kuna kamoti fulani nimeitiwa mahali hii napiga shughuli 6 months, nikifika hivyo moti nimechukua ama nachukua hata before nifike,
ama kwa nyumba or something.
Ni kwanza yeye msema moti mimi ningekuwa huko I would be buying depleted houses. Do some serious interior design.
Yeah.
Yani si wadanganyi, hiyo ndio kazi ingekuwa. I would have signature homes and they would all almost look the same. Like if I buy a gated community, I make sure mnapata top of the range. As in, that's where I envision. If at all ningeomoka hiyo nikienda hiyo vile watu wanapiga majuu hustle, mimi napiga hustle kwa jenga community. Community moja mwenda yangu na siblings wangu itakuwa mwenda zaidi. Lakini
marafiki zako where do you put us?
Sasa si hiyo yenu, sasa nyinyi ndio marafiki. Nitawa make sure ni watengeneza.
Interesting.
But you hold me to my words.
So yeah, tell us on the comment section what are some of those things zenye mnafikiria like. Also like if you have friends wenye wako abroad like wamepitia kitu kama hiyo, you know.
Sijapata experience. You might have first hand experience. You might actually be somebody who's lived abroad.
Yes,
so unaweza tuchapia tusikie pia wewe.
Kuna tutuma tu pesa. I understand kuna wenye walikuwa wanatumia girlfriends, ukikuja there is nothing you found here. Wengine maybe your sisters walikuosha pesa wanakutu. Unajua like
there's another one. Just thought about it in the same breath. You've gone abroad. You've worked so hard, made sure that your ground there is good. You decide you bring abroad your girlfriend so that you can get married.
Yes.
You're a girlfriend. Your wife already, you have something. So unamvuruta huko majuu, umweke life ikapoa.
So common.
You start life kidogo, anapata kierere ama anapata kujua. Anakushuniaje? Mshampiga direction ya kuingia huko, anakushuniaje wewe fanya aje ni kama ujitambui. Tuondokeane. Na sasa hizo there's nothing you can do, na ashafika huko. Unaweza fanyaje? Hiyo sitaki kujua. Hiyo kwanza kitu naweza fikiria. I don't want to give my opinion because hiyo nimechemka kidogo.
Hiyo inaweza kuumiza sana.
While you are mimi naweza niua roho. So unataka nikuue ama nini? Like why? I mean there would be so many people who would have helped. I chose you. You can't come and just waste my efforts.
But you know, sometimes human is to betrayal. So these are some of the things you have to be.
Betrayal is to every human being, but the level of betrayal matters. There's betrayal where you can forgive. There's betrayal where before God, hata miambianga Mungu, kuna mali nasameanga watu, na kuna mali siwezi samea, naambia Mungu nisamee kwa kutosamea mtu. I can really hold things inside my heart. And it's not anything good, I would say, but kuna mali mtu nikosea, na siwezi kudanganya. I would lie to you telling you that I've forgiven you. In fact, even when you tell me forgive me, I'll just say I would not tell you I've forgiven you because the thought lingers in my mind. Like unifikishaje hapo mpaka anyway.
Yeah, there are people pay me like there are a couple, like 2 or 3 people, like as much as I've tried to forgive them, like I think I just can't. So
this makes the two of us.
So that makes
Sasa uanze kufikiria sana.
So tell us in the
comment section very fast. We wanted something short. Ataki pia saa zingine tunawachanganya. Ndio tusikie kitu mnasema.
Yes. Tell us kama umeinteract na mtu amekwambia like amego abroad, alikuwa anatuma pesa, maybe girlfriend alikuwa na distribute to the family, ama family ndio ilikuwa na distribute to the girlfriend or to the wife. Tell us I'm so sure there are so many stories.
Alafu vile tulianza usisahau like the role of you being
do you assume the role of
the role as a firstborn to take care, or let's not even use the term firstborn. As a sibling, let's say you've been successful, you might not have gone through school, but in your way somewhere God amekubless ukabarikiwa. Do you take up that mantle to also help your siblings? Number one. Mtaani kutumia madedo ni guarantee ama yeye akisha kusomesha wewe umeamwaniaje mimi nimezidi tuondokeane. So we also want to know that way, because some people, according to some people, it was responsibility parents to bring you up and to give you the good schools the way they were given. So forget about this notion they say unajua siku zetu tulipitia shida, hatuko kwa siku zenu, tuko kwa siku zetu. But at the end of the day, do you feel the need to give back to your parents? You're not paying them back. Do you feel the need of taking care of them, appreciating them? And in a situation where your parents are not there, as the person who's well off, do you feel that it's worthwhile pulling your siblings so that
to be in a better place? Yes,
so
and to
those two discussions nataka kusikia vile mtasema. Niko na maoni yangu lakini yangu nimesema kidogo. Hiyo ingine nataka kusikia, we can engage there in the comment section.
On the comment section. Yes, tell us what you think about black tax, you know, helping your siblings, like ukiwenda umeumuka, like are you supposed to pull like your sister ama your brother, help them in sort of a way? So for any parting shot, like for those who haven't like subscribed to my channel, subscribe. Like yesterday, for us it's just interaction. I think it's more about passion. I want to hear what you people say. By the way, I got a call from a friend of mine. I was surprised. Big up. All the way from the States. Pasi. Hii episode ni yako. You told me you continue doing what you do, but you wanted something for us to clarify. You didn't write to me back what you wanted, but I appreciate the fact that you're following us. It's an honor, and thank you. Keep up with the good work. Sawa. Na pia wewe vuruta hiyo do uko majuu ulete huko tu, mimi nitakuangalilia kwa ground vile tuliongea. For those who haven't like subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button, and until next time guys, bye.